Hey, what's up, people? We're kind of by the area of this house here, in a swamp kind of area, and I just wanted you to see some of the natural beauty that's in these areas, kind of talk about them a bit, and again, try to explain to you how important these areas are. And they're important because they're called bogs or wetlands, and we get a lot of minerals and oxygen comes out of that water. They kind of call it a biological supermarket. And the reason it's kind of biological supermarket is it provides a lot of food and nutrients for a lot of the animals, bugs, stuff like that live in there. So I just kind of wanted to touch base on that and to show you that, you know, there's beauty and purpose in everything, and especially in something like this, right? Because that creates a lot. Now, for some of you ladies out there, believe it or not, some of those things that we have, that you do have, are beauty products that are made out of peat, which is some of the mud and stuff that comes from the bottom of that. As you can hear, the crickets are going nuts right now. I had a woodpecker in here a little while ago. There's some great diversity when you get out in the woods and you can just look around, take the time to see the beauty within of stuff, right? And as much as it looks ugly, you just take a look around here. There's a lot of beauty around me. Now, I know a lot of you are worried because of ticks, mosquitoes, bugs, etc., etc. But I mean, if you go in there prepared, you got your off, you got whatever, you'll be fine. I can't say it enough. Get out in nature, love it, learn it, live it. We're not meant to be indoors all the time. We're not meant, like, look at this tree behind me. Isn't that gorgeous? We're not meant as human beings to be living in a box, be stuck in an office all the time, to be worried about bills, shit like that all the time, mortgages, stressed out stuff, the news, what's going on in the world. When you're going through a lot of crap in your life, sometimes this is the best place to come. Just come back to where it all began. I've said it before, we were hunter and gatherers way before we were office workers and working for the banks and working for everything else. Now, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. If that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. I'm not knocking it. The world needs money and you need to survive in this world. Makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying, if you want to be at peace with things, you want to be more like yourself, you got to get back into stuff like this. You got to see the beauty in the nature that's all around us. And these places are, again, like this one's not far from where I'm staying right now. And it's just amazing. And sometimes when you think something's ugly, it actually turns out to be beautiful. Like, it's the old thing, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. But look at that. These places are just, they're amazing. And I can't stress it enough that they have a vital importance to our environment and to the world. And people need to remember that we, they say, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect me, and throw their garbage on the ground, or et cetera, et cetera. But the truth is this affects your children. We only borrow our world and our environment from our kids and from generations to come. And we've all taken this attitude that it doesn't matter when it does, because it's affecting us all now, right? Global warming, stuff rising, et cetera, et cetera. It just makes it worse. And it's something that we can do about it, even in our own little corner of the world. Just picking up your garbage, just getting out and supporting these parks and these nature trails and things around us, and fighting for them in our communities. It's important because, again, when you come to these places, you heal. Things get better for you. You feel more like a human being you're supposed to. We're not meant to always be indoors. We're not meant to always be in malls and in offices, like I said before. We're meant to be out in this. Like, whether you're a hunter, a fisherman, a naturist, it doesn't matter. All this stuff has such importance to us, and yet we take it for granted all the time. And these things like this are free. Just go for a walk in nature and to enjoy it, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, right? Now there are some parks and Parks Canada and stuff like that where you got to pay an entrance fee and support the park and everything like that, and that's an awesome thing too, and you should. But the problem is you get a lot of stuff like people just throwing their garbage on the side of the road, which kind of ticks me off. But hey, that's human beings. We're all going to screw up sometimes, right? That's just human nature to do stupid shit like that, not realizing that. Like, look at all this peat moss that's blowing me here. All these things support our environment. They support an ecosystem that's important for us all to be able to breathe oxygen, to live, to survive, to enjoy the world that we live in. Like, we take it all for granted so much in our lives that I don't think we really realize it. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you today, show you that I'm getting out in it and getting out in the world. It's a beautiful ass day out. Lots of heat coming from this week in the northern hemisphere. We're finally getting through our springs. And again, like I said, when you get out of the woods and stuff like that, you take your families, you go by yourself, just check yourself for bugs and ticks and stuff because you don't want to get sick. That's for sure. But these environments are important and they're special. And I hope you get out time to get out and enjoy them yourselves. Maybe even meditate in it like I do. It brings you to a certain place in your life. It brings you a peace that if you're going through stuff, sometimes it's best to just get back to that nature and get back to who we were right from the beginning, which is, like I said, hunter-gatherers. We foraged, we survived, and we will always survive, but not without areas and places like this. So it's mega important. So support your local economy or your local ecosystems. Support your local parks. Get your families out there and get active and enjoy nature. Enjoy the beauty of it. That's all I got to say for today. Coming to you from the swamp like Shrek. Later.